Chemistry with Pastor Dan. We're looking at a new concept. It's called nomenclature. Now, nomenclature is defined as the naming of chemical compounds. Nomenclature in general just means naming things, and we're going to do it in terms of chemical compounds. Now, there are certain topics in chemistry, Lewis structures, molecular geometry, bonding geometry. You don't necessarily get it. Your life in chemistry is not over. It's going to maybe hurt you for that one process and test, but life will go on. Starting to here, we're going to run into a lot of what I call hang your hat kind of concepts. You've got to get these because we're going to get them and use them over and over and over again. So therefore, this is something we need to know. Now, nomenclature deals with chemical elements to make compounds. When I was in college, I had a good friend of mine who misspelled one of the elements. He spelled it fluorine. He spelled it Flourine, where fluorine is Fluorine. The professor went off. What are we making a cake? Completely embarrassing the young man. So that's why I've always included it. Make sure that we get these common ones down. There are 118. I would never encourage you trying to. I don't even know all of them myself. To be honest, I have to look up some of them. But 108, at least 40 of them that are the most common. So here's the list. I'll make sure I include it. And then in about a week or so, I'll let you know ahead of time, we will have a quiz on it. What the person who can help you out will do is ask you to spell 20 of those and ask you to give symbols of those so that we have them. These are the most common elements that we'll use, at least my experience. And so there we are. Know the symbols, know the elements, and that will be coming up in the near future. All right, now, in terms of naming the compounds, there are different processes. We're going to start with the easiest one of them today, and that is covalent nomenclature. Covalent nomenclature requires us to have prefixes. Now, these prefixes are based off the number of atoms. So I'm going to go over them. Now, they do go beyond 10, but 10 is most common. If you have one of something, it's called mono. 2 is di. 3 is tri. 4 is tetra. 5 is penta. 6, hexa. 7, hepta. 8, octa. 9, nona, and all 10, deca. So those are the prefixes that we need to know to do nomenclature. Now, it's just looking at how many there are and how many to name and get it to go. All right, so let's do an easy one that you probably all know. CO2, everybody probably knows that one as CO, carbon dioxide. Okay, first element, carbon. There's no prefix on the first one if we know it. We don't say monocarbon dioxide. We always assume the first one, if there's only none, that's always one. And then we go off the number of prefixes. The second one, there's 2 oxygens, so it's dioxide. Now, second one here is Bi3. Now we know B is boron the boron. I is iodine. And remember the ending here is IDE. Now 3, if you go back and look, 3 is tri, so it's boron triiodide. And we use both of those vowels together, both of those I's together. We don't always use them like we don't say monooxide, we say monoxide. And that oxygen will often do that. If it has an A or O there, we get rid of the value. Now let's try the next couple. All right, the next one is PCl3. P is phosphorus. Now phosphorus has either US or OUS, either the PHOS, PHOROUS. That's correct. It doesn't like it either way. Oh well, we keep going. Phosphorus, and then that's 5 pentachloride. Remember the ending is IDE. That's all one word. Pentachloride. Doesn't like that either. All right, now this one here, SF6. SF6 is sulfur. And then we do 6. 6 is hexa. And then F is fluor. Remember the ones I said for spelling. Fluor. and then IDE, hexafluoride. I've got a little video clip here. If you're like Mythbusters, real quick video that I always throw my kids in about sulfur hexafluoride. There it goes. Alrighty. Probably get a commercial. Get past, I'm sorry. Alright, skip over this. There we go. Okay. Alright. Dismiss. Let's just kick it over. That's a little bit too long. They got sulfur hexafluoride inside of here. And
even though it was a gas.
I think it's right there. There it is. Oh, almost.
Visible speed.
Well, like they say, whatever floats your boat.
All right, let's find it. Oh, well, I missed it. Sulfur hexafluoride. Heavier than air gas.
But that's
there
not
it
true
is.
of every viral video. And to
There,
show
back
how
it up a little
easy
more.
it is to post of invisible water turned out to be true. But that's not true of every viral
So
video.
you see, because it's a heavier air gas, it does float. It also causes voice to be messed up. Maybe I'll show that one later. And then this one here, N2, because we got a prefix, a superscript, a subscript here, we have to identify that. And what's 2? 2 is di, and then is nitrogen. We don't use any prefix. And then 9, nona, iodide. All right, there we go. All right, let's try going the opposite way here. Let's do carbon tetrachloride. Carbon is C. Chloride is Cl. Tetra, there's 4. So it's CCl4. All right, let's try next one. Phosphorus tribromide. Phosphorus is P. Bromine, there's 3 of them. Tribromide. Okay, let's try this one. Sulfur is S. And then we're going to have to use a 2. And then we have fluorine, which is F. And there are deca. Deca means 10. Actually, it should be 3, not 2. There, to fix that. So F3, F10. Bring that up a little bit so we can see it better. And the last one, tetrachlorine, heptaiodide. So chlorine is Cl. Tetra is 4. And then iodide is I. And hepta is 7. And then that's the structure we have there. So those are those for there. All right, let's try a couple of these now. Take and pause the video. I want BO. I'm not talking body odor. I want ASCl4. I want ClF5. So name those. And then for krypton dichloride, carbon monoxide, again, you see the double O isn't there. And then silicon trioxide. Write the formulas for that. So pause the video, give us a shot, and then we'll take a look at them. Ready? Here we go. So we have boron monoxide, arsenic triiodide, chlorine pentafluoride, krypton dichloride is KrCl2, carbon monoxide, CO, and silicon trioxide, SiO3. All right, that's it. Good. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. We're practicing these after the break. We're getting close to Christmas break. After the break, we'll practice these and continue from there. All righty. Take care. Be good. God bless. Bye.